Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello. Ah, perfect. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, I should say. It's been a long day. I'd like to welcome you to the BAMMA 11 press conference. We're just going to talk about, basically, we're going to get to the fights and you guys be able to throw back some questions to these fighters. BAMMA 11 sees, for the first time ever, a UK MMA show, or a MMA show, being played out live on a terrestrial channel with Channel 5, our partners. It also goes out on Access TV as well in America, formerly HDNet. BAMMA 10 saw us go on 5-star with a highlight show that went out on Channel 5. The figures for BAMMA 10 on 5-star, I think it was over 300,000 viewers that we had, which was a record for the channel at that particular time. Also, we played out BAMMA 6 on Channel 5 highlights package, which was Colin Watson versus Ninja Rua, my former middleweight champion, and that saw us reach figures over 500,000 viewers. That is unprecedented for any UK MMA promotion to hit those figures on any channel, I think. A million of them. So this brings us on to BAMMA 11, which we are going to go live on Channel 5. We need everybody's support because it's great for UK MMA. You know, if we can do it, that means that, you know, all the other channels are going to be open up to all the other promotions to do exactly the same thing. And, you know, for the sport in general, that's going to be great. You know, these guys get small fights, these guys get busy. You're going to see these guys all over the place. So their profile goes up. So it'll be a good thing for the sport in general, no matter what promotion, no matter who you represent. It's going to be really good for the sport, which is the most important thing for us at this point in time. Saturday sees headlining. We have Jack Marshman taking on Professor X from France, guys. We also have Sambu taking on Alex Reed for lightweight title. Guys, excuse me, please, I'm so tired. For our lightweight title, Lonsdale British lightweight title, we have Dale Hardiman versus Stevie Ray. And for our welterweight Lonsdale British title, we have Warren Key versus the local phenom, Mr. Tom Breeze. Guys, just give him a big round of applause. Gone for a lot of hard work to be here. They've all made weight. So guys, what I'm going to do at this present moment in time, because I've been thrust into a position of chairing it, I'm going to throw out some questions. Any questions for any of the fighters up here? Let's start.
Anything for Jack? Any questions for Jack Marshman?
How did you find your weight cut this time? Because you've had some trouble in your last fight making weight because you're a new exercise regime.
Yeah, I found it a lot better this time. I made weight. This is my first fight in about 5 fights. It isn't a title fight, so I used the pound allowance as well, so it worked out well, really.
How much did you cut?
Well, I come down from about 97 to about 84, which is decent.
Jack, after the last one, you said you done some changes, you started doing more strength and condition. Anything else changed since the last fight and, you know, to your routine, what you're doing?
No, obviously I'm boxing regular in between shows as well, so obviously I'm working massively with pro boxing coaches, so it's nothing really changed there, but it's just getting better, really.
Obviously, Professor X has got loads of experience. Do you think it's a step up from your only defeat, or do you think it's just another type of bout and something, you know, bring some of the stuff that you need to concentrate on?
He's definitely a step in the right direction. Obviously, where I want to go, he's been all around the world, fought in the best shows, fought everywhere, you know. He's been where I want to go, so yeah, it's definitely a good fight for me.
Do you think it's a fight that you can finish, or is it going to be a decision?
You won't go into a fight thinking you can't finish a fight. Obviously, you go in there confident and you think you're going to finish every fight, so I just guarantee it's going to be a good fight, that's all.
Last time you surprised with a submission, do you think it's going to be another surprise, or maybe a knockout?
No, you call it a surprise, but I've been working on the jiu-jitsu for a long time. The two best grapplers I've ever fought I've submitted, so I'm not, just because I've won a lot of fights on my feet doesn't mean I'm going to have to always go for the knockout,
Okay, okay, Jack.
We've got questions for Jack as well.
Yeah, Jack, last time we spoke, what you were going to do with your military career, and you were considering whether you were going to move full-time to America. What's happened since we last spoke?
Yeah, well, the military have been a lot better towards me about training. Obviously, I'm getting a lot more time separated so I can train a lot more. I was struggling to start with. It's hard to try and come into fighting arena shows when you're a part-time fighter. You're just going to get found out quite early. So they've given me a lot more time. So I thank my regiment, Free Para, for helping me out there. So at the minute I'm still tagging along with them, and we'll see where it goes.
Any more questions for Jack? What about Professor X? Any questions for the opponent?
Can you tell us what it was you shouted out when you weighed in?
Sorry?
Can you tell us what it was you shouted out when you weighed in?
Oh, it's punishment time! That's it, my motto,
Okay.
Professor X, what do you think the atmosphere is going to be like, kind of coming into, obviously, Jack's country and doing what you want to do to Jack?
I'm coming from a country where MMA is still legal, so I've always been the foreign guy when I'm fighting. So here in England, it's not really like that, because I've been fighting here for many times, maybe more than 10 fights here. People liking me here, and it's always a pleasure to come back here and fight, because people like good MMA here. We have a lot of people that know fighting much, they know that a lot, and people like my style, French fighter style, so it's nice to be here.
And in terms of welcome you received in the past, do you expect the same welcome here against Jack tomorrow?
Yeah, why not? Yes. I know that he's very popular here, and he's a kind of war hero, but people have come to see fighters, and some people will be coming to watch me fight, so yeah, sure.
And you've obviously fought all over the world, and Jack's one of our hot prospects over in the UK. How do you rate him alongside some of the guys you fought?
Well, I think he's doing very good. He's a very dangerous fighter. He's got good boxing, and as I said, he's just surprised people in his last fight by submitting his opponent. So I'm taking every fight seriously, and actually he's a serious fight for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for Alex Reed?
Yeah, Alex, your last fight against Tom at BAMMA, you had the hunger brawler fight. Have you still got the same sort of hunger you had then when you fought Tom?
When I took the fight against Tom, I hadn't actually fought in 2 years. I've done some K1 fighting, and I love mixed martial arts with a passion. Unfortunately, some things unfortunately, my career path slightly changed, as we all know. I think everyone knows what's happened in my life. I've been big-headed. I'd rather not open the paper and read salacious crap about myself. This is something I love with a passion. When I fought Tom, I had purpose to prove who I am, what I was about. I think I did that. Unfortunately, there's been some unpleasant things that happened again. And like I said, I love mixed martial arts. I love martial arts fighting, all of it. But when you can earn more money in a magazine shoot than slogging your guts out for 8 weeks, and you're thinking, and you've got a daughter to feed, you've got bills to pay, you have to look at it responsibly. I love this, but I have to think, what's going to pay the bills? Now, for me, this is going to pay the bills, and it's given me purpose again to get some credibility back. I've got more hunger than I've ever had. In answer to your question.
Can we expect to see you on further BAMMA cards? Or are you just going to
signed a 2-fight deal, so yes. And let's see how it goes from there.
All right.
Any more questions for Alex?
Alex, you mentioned about stuff being written in the papers about yourself. How have you found it to stay focused on your training with all this stuff going on?
Do you know what? Yeah, I was just joking to Professor X about, you know, the crazy stuff he says. I read something, and I'm like, oh god. It's a little bit. I've got a private side to my life. I don't want to sell every part of my life to the papers. And that private side, it's not nice. It does affect me. But the one solace I have, all of the crap out there. When I go in the gym, I'm just reading. I get shouted at, I get screamed at. It's the most pure thing out there for me, and it's such an oasis from everything that's going on. This is home. Just saying to Mr. X, this is fantastic. It's great to be here. A little bit of nerves, you know, weighing in. It's great being in the gym, getting punched. Look at this. I mean, what's going on? I've had terrific wars for the last 2 months now. It was this side, now it's this side, now it's back to this one again. You know.
Any questions for Sam B?
Sam, how does it feel to be a big underdog?
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good. You know what I mean? When you're an underdog, there ain't nothing to lose, have you?
Do you think it's justified, you being an underdog, seeing as you've been more active?
Alex is a good fighter, isn't he? So he's fought longer than I have. I'm new to it. So show what underdogs can do, eh?
Do you think conditioning is going to play a part in tomorrow's bout, or?
And the man in it. And how's it going?
If it does go more than 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, you know, what's going to make you be the guy coming out on top?
Well, as you said earlier, I've been more active than he has. Fitter, younger.
How old are you?
30.
Randy, sure, 42 is only a number.
Any more questions for Sam? Okay, we've also got the 2 title fights of the line. So any questions for Dale Hardiman fighting for the lightweight title against Tom Breese?
What's Tom Breese? The one from Twitter for Dale. Matt Anderson on Twitter has asked, where did your nickname the Hurricane come from?
Basically, it was we were trying to think of a nickname for me through basically in the gym, and a few people suggested things, and none of them ever stuck. And then eventually, one of the lads, because I'm quite relentless in my training, I'm super fit and always have been, said to me, "Why don't you try the name Hurricane?" So Jude was fishing around for a nickname at the last BAMMA, and it had been suggested just previously for that. So I just said to him, yeah, put Hurricane now. I didn't know if it was going to stick, I just thought I'd try it for one night. And it just stuck, to be honest.
Do you feel like a hurricane?
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah.
Not really. But for me, it's not to feel, it's not to feel like a hurricane, it's for my opponent to feel like he's in a hurricane at the end of the day.
How's your training camp gone?
Great, it's been really good. I feel strong, I feel sharp. My weight weren't an issue this time, like it might have been in the past. So yeah, I'm focused and I'm ready to go on Saturday night.
Was the prospect of a title a factor in, you know, the weight cutting being so easy in comparison to previous fights?
No, not really, because it's just been a trial and error process with the weight, to be honest. I walk around a lot heavier normally when I'm not training for a fight. So it was just about, it's a massive learning experience for me, how to sort of manipulate my weight, how to get my body weight down, what diet worked best, what diet didn't work. And it took a few years to get to the point where I am now, where I'm comfortable dieting down and then doing the weight cut, basically. And I've missed weight once, and that was a 2 weeks notice fight, so I normally get down, but this time it's been a lot more comfortable.
So how would, being positive, how much of an achievement do you feel lifting that title would be for you?
How much of an achievement?
Yeah.
Huge achievement. To be honest, I'm really quite new to MMA, to be honest. I only started off training in MMA 3.5 years ago. Foolishly, I took a pro fight about 10 weeks into my training with Jude and got beaten down in the first round, which was a massive learning experience for me. I went back to the drawing board, completely changed things up. Thought, I'm going to learn this properly, I'm going to get good at this, and to get here and fight at BAMMA for their British title within 3.5 years is huge for me, and I can't wait to win the belt on Saturday night.
Is there any more questions for Dale fighting Steve Ray?
Similar question to Dale's. How does it feel to be fighting for the title?
I've never fought in BAMMA before, so to get the chance to fight for the lightweight British title, it's a great opportunity. It's such a big show, and yeah, I just feel great. I've always wanted to fight on BAMMA for a while, so to fight for the title, it's just great, really good.
You've got a pretty stacked lightweight division. You know, is there anybody you wanted to fight before this, or is this a perfect debut for you for BAMMA?
Well, I don't pick my fights, so just anybody that they put in front of me, that's who I'm prepared to fight. I've had a look at Dale on YouTube and seen a few of his fights, and I think it's going to be a really good fight tomorrow night. So I think it's a good fight for me, winnable fight, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go lifting the belt tomorrow.
Last fight here, but I'm Tom Breeze. Have you any questions for Tom Breeze?
How do you feel now that the process of cutting weight has ended and you're only hours away from potentially lifting your first major MMA title?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, just ready to fight now. What I've committed to do. So, yeah.
Well, we talked to you the other week. You finished off the interview by saying you think you've earned this more than anybody else because you are a long-stay BAMMA person.
Yeah.
You know, can you just expand on that? Tell me why. Tell me some of your experience. What's been the best part of your journey so far to this fight?
Every fight on BAMMA. I mean, no one's fought on BAMMA more times than me. This is my 5th fight on BAMMA. As I say, I've learned more than it. But at the end of the day, the title's just an object. I'm looking forward to fighting Warren tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I do in life.
So, would it matter if it was a title?
No, a fight's a fight. This is what I do, I'm made to fight. So yeah.
And have you changed anything from your preparation from last time you were fighting Warren? Or has it gone same game plan, same kind of structure, same preparation?
Yeah, always train with the best people I can, possibly like in the country and stuff. So yeah, I always make my training as hard as I can because the fight's going to be hard. So yeah.
And you happy about who you got in your corner tomorrow?
Yeah. Got Mark the second time, so yeah, he stepped down as ref and looking forward to having Mark in my corner.
Thank you, Dad.
So, what advantage do you think having Mark in your corner will have for you going into the fight tomorrow?
Mark's very intelligent, like with MMA. As I say, it's like having another brain in there, following his instructions and stuff. Like I spar with some of the top guys in the country, and the sparring is like fighting. And Mark corners me from a sparring. There's a big difference when Mark's in the corner.
Do you think not having Mark in your corner, your last fight, was a factor of how it initially went before you pulled out the win?
Yeah, I would have been nice to have I've had Mark's instructions at the time. But yeah, I showed my heart and showed how much I want this.
So we're going to see a more dangerous Tom Breeze tomorrow because of that corner, because of that spot?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not happy about how that fight went. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Unfortunately, because you're not happy with that, is that going to get taken out on Warren tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the plan, definitely. I mean, but yeah, I'm fired up for this. I suppose you saw the stare down. So yeah, I want this.
And it's your crowd, it's your home, yeah?
Yeah. It's the 4th time I fought the NIA on BAMMA. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Looking forward to it.
And what have you got to say, Warren, to that?
Hey.
What have you got to say to that, Warren?
No, that's good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm expecting the best Tom Breeze tomorrow, and that's what he's going to bring. But I'm bringing the best version of myself and all.
Warren, to win this bout, do you think you're going to have to absorb or a lot of punishment, a lot of pressure in the first couple of rounds?
Possibly, but possibly it could be double way along.
There's quite a significant age gap. Is that something that motivates you to be facing a much younger opponent?
No, I was speaking to Stevie on the way over. I think it's, if you're good enough, you're old enough, you know, and I think, like you say, I'd have to say, but age is a number. I really do believe that, you know. It's, you know, some people can be 18 and hardly trained, someone could be 47 and train like mad, you know. I don't think there's no age comparison. I don't really think that does anything justice.
Do you feel your mental strength gives you an edge, considering a lot of people of your age wouldn't put their bodies through what you do on a weekly basis? Do you think your mental strength will be an advantage for you going into this fight?
Definitely. I mean, I always managed to hurt myself, in fairness. You know, I was a pro motocross rider for a good while, so I'm pretty much used to the pain element. But yeah, you know, I've picked up things as I've gone along. You know, people who know me, you know, my training ethics, you know, I generally put a lot more in than most people. So, you know, I'm 38 years old, but, you know, I'm beating people in their early 20s, you know, in fitness tests and all that quite easily.
Warren, for such a long time you had such a good, clean record, and now you're fighting somebody of that similar calibre with that clean record. How do you fight somebody who's not been defeated? You know, what goes into your training preparation?
Training's just the same, you know. Obviously, you know, personally I do, you know, I'm sure a lot of fighters do, you tend to look at their strengths, you tend to look at their weaknesses, and then, you know, I focus on their strengths, not their weaknesses, you know. So, but, you know, I was on a 14 fight win streak, you know, so I've been on a big one before, you know, so, but everyone's win streak does come to an end.
And do you think that might be tomorrow for Tom?
That's definitely plan A.
We've got a fan question for you over here from Twitter.
We've got one from Miss Brutal. Warren, what would winning the title mean to you?
It'd be awesome. I mean, I went from being a very active fighter, and I changed camps to without being disrespectful to my old camp, I went to a different camp with a lot higher level athletes, you know, and a bigger volume of them. And my body took the toll at first, you know. It took me a long while to get used to it, so I've been very inactive for myself. I forgot the question, I'm really sorry.
What would winning the title mean to you personally?
Sorry, yes. It would just be, it'd be amazing, because I've had so much frustration over the last 18 months, you know, and, but I've chipped away, you know, I haven't got myself down, you know, I've tried to just train around things, and, you know, I'm feeling really good now. So this really, for me, would be a nice present, you know, for my hard work and dedication I put in.
Any last questions? For any of the fighters? Okay, thanks for coming to the BAMMA press conference. And if you guys could just stay behind, because we've got some press who'd like to do a few one-to-one interviews, so it won't take long. Yep. All right, thank you everyone.